Imagine booking what looks like a great flight deal, arriving at the airport confident and ready to travel, only to discover the rules have changed and now you're either paying more or not flying at all. This is happening to more travelers than ever right now, and most people don't realize it until it's too late. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm here to break down the most shocking airline rule changes that are catching travelers completely off guard this summer. And trust me when I say some of these updates are going to leave you absolutely speechless. Before we dive into these game-changing updates, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because the airline industry is evolving faster than ever, and you need to stay ahead of these changes to avoid getting burned on your next trip. Let's jump right into the first bombshell that has solo travelers everywhere completely outraged. Airlines aren't just adjusting policies anymore. They're quietly rewriting how travel works, and some of the changes rolling out this year are catching passengers completely off guard. One of the most controversial shifts involves something many travelers are only now starting to notice: a pricing strategy that seems to punish people for flying alone. Several major carriers have begun structuring fares so that booking a single ticket can cost dramatically more than booking 2 seats on the exact same flight. Testing this on a random domestic route revealed something shocking. A single ticket showed up at $249, but booking for 2 passengers dropped the price to just $159 per person. That's a $90 difference, not for a better seat, not for added flexibility, just for flying alone. And here's where it gets even more revealing. When searching for 3, 4, or 5 passengers, the per-person price stayed exactly the same as the 2-person rate. That suggests this isn't about group savings. It's a pricing structure designed to extract more money from solo travelers. Airlines are betting that business travelers, who often fly alone, are less sensitive to price increases. But plenty of leisure travelers fly solo too, and they're now paying extra for the exact same seat and service. Moving on to another change that's already disrupting trips: stricter check-in deadlines. One major carrier recently implemented a rigid policy requiring all domestic passengers to check in at least 45 minutes before departure. Miss that cutoff by even a minute, and your boarding pass may not be issued at all. What makes this policy particularly harsh is that even airport staff often can't override the system once the deadline passes. That means arriving early is no longer enough. Timing has become critical. At the same time, long-standing perks that once defined certain airlines are quietly disappearing. Complimentary checked bags are being replaced by fees of $35 for the first bag and $45 for the second. Flight credits that once never expired are now being issued with strict expiration dates, sometimes as short as 6 months. And in a move that signals a major shift in travel culture, even open seating policies are being replaced with assigned seating and paid upgrades. Safety rules are evolving too. Portable battery usage is now restricted on many flights following onboard fire concerns. Some airlines require power banks to remain visible and stored under the seat, while others limit their use during flight entirely. International travel is shifting in less visible but equally impactful ways. Fewer flights between North America and Europe are being scheduled, forcing travelers to deal with reduced options and rising fares. Bookings from Europe to the United States are down 10%, while bookings from Canada to the US have dropped a staggering 33%. Airlines are redirecting aircraft toward destinations with stronger demand, leaving fewer choices for traditional transatlantic routes. This decline in demand has led airlines to cancel routes and redirect their aircraft to other markets like Mexico, Brazil, and the Caribbean. For travelers, this means fewer flight options, higher prices, and less scheduling flexibility. There are some positive developments. Strategic airline partnerships are beginning to offer more flexibility for booking and redeeming rewards across carriers. 2 major carriers have announced a comprehensive alliance that allows travelers to book flights on either airline through a single website, earn and redeem points across both programs, and enjoy elite benefits regardless of which airline they're actually flying. But even these benefits come alongside new travel requirements. For example, Travelers heading to the United Kingdom must now obtain an electronic travel authorization before departure. Airlines are responsible for verifying this before boarding, adding another step to the travel process. And finally, here's a rule many passengers unknowingly break, and it can now come with serious consequences. Standing up immediately after landing may result in fines in certain jurisdictions where enforcement has increased. Remaining seated until the seatbelt sign turns off is no longer just a recommendation. In some cases, it's strictly enforced. Taken together, these changes reflect a larger transformation in how airlines operate. Policies are evolving rapidly, often without major announcements, leaving travelers to discover them at the worst possible moment. Staying informed is becoming just as important as booking early. Knowing these rules ahead of time can mean the difference between a smooth trip and an expensive surprise. If you want to stay ahead of these changes and avoid getting caught off guard on your next trip, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future updates that could save you time, money, and frustration when you travel.